What's up? It's Tiffany. Before we get started on this week's episode, please be sure to send us your requests at booshakalakapodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter X, Booshakalakapod. You can also find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Instagram at Booshakalakapodcast. Call me now for your free psychic reading. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Booshakalaka podcast. My name is Miss Tiffany and I'm joined by my co-host Pierre.
So we got a lot of messages from our last episode, and I wanted to address them. So for everyone asking, so Jay and I have known each other since the 3rd grade, and ever since I met Jay in 3rd grade, he's had a hole in his heart. He's had a large gaping hole inside of him. And he's tried to fill that hole with all sorts of expensive objects and things. And the latest thing that he's shoved up that hole is alcohol. And he has a problem. And Tiffany and I have tried to help him. We've actually fundraised and we've sent him to the rehab in Malibu. And that's why he's not here with us today. We love Jay and we appreciate Jay, but we cannot continue to condone his abuse of alcohol. Oh my God. And so I want Jay to fill his hole with things that are going to serve him well. Things that are going to slide in there and fit in nicely. So Jay, we love you and we wish you the best. And we want your hole to be filled. And once it is filled, we want you back on the pod. And we want you to tell us what you filled your hole with. So yeah, shout out to Jay, everyone. Everyone sent him messages and love because he really does get a lot from that. But thank you for all your concern, and we do wish Jay the best.
He's gonna kill you. He's gonna cut off your air supply until you pass away.
Yes. That's what the fuck he gets for not being here. He better show up more. So we're here.
I don't think he wanted to watch this movie as much as we didn't want to watch this movie. Well, we're back with a recent newie but baddie instead of oldie but goodie. We're here for Tarot 2024, and the synopsis goes like this. Friends unwittingly unleash an unspeakable evil. Say that 5 times fast. Trapped within a cursed deck of tarot cards. One by one, they come face to face with fate, racing against death to escape the future foretold in their readings.
Girl.
That is what
happened. It's right, but there's so much I want to say.
Well, that's why we're here for our Booshakalaka podcast, so we could just chat about it, do a little chaturanga.
So can I get us started? Because I feel like they tried to bullshit us.
Okay, if you forget their names, mind you, I have them, okay?
Tiffany,
there's a lot of characters in this movie.
It was, and that's how I knew a lot of people were going to die, though.
Yeah. Come on, kill count.
We want to go ahead and send out an appreciation to Tiffany as well, because there were way too many characters in this movie for me to even. I remember like 3, a Grant, Paige, and Paxton. So yeah. So we start off. They were in an Airbnb mansion for one girl's birthday party. One girl.
Una amiga.
They don't even do anything at the mansion. They're sitting outside camping, and then they go inside and they do some stuff, and then they leave. You're not even putting this mansion to use. Y'all not having no big party. Y'all not even cooking or like doing. There's no reason.
Cooking and cleaning and cleaning and cooking.
Like, there's no reason for you to run out of man. Like, for one girl, like, it'd be different if it was a bunch of their birthdays and maybe y'all wanted to have a party, but y'all are not even utilizing the mansion. So
you're right. They could have gotten a 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Y'all could have done this at any other house. That's why I'm like,
or it would have been really cool if they would have played like a real big game of hide and seek. That would have been fun.
Something. They don't do anything at this mansion for them to rent out a mansion, so y'all just wasted a bunch of money. So I'm just gonna assume they're rich. I'm just gonna assume.
Yeah.
Because
let's go with that.
That pissed me off because I was just like, why did they rent out this mansion? Like,
I don't know. Or I could see like if they would have changed it up and the party happened the night before and this was like, them, or the party ended and everybody went home and then they're just the ones staying overnight. So much more sense. I would go for that. That would work for me. But no.
They're sitting around the campfire and I guess we're supposed to get to know the characters. I don't know a damn thing about these characters. But I do know that they got some lesbians to the side and that this black boy was dating this white girl and they broke up. I assumed they were lesbians. I assumed that the Indian girl and the white girl were lesbians. The Indian girl and the redhead, because they make.
Okay.
Because the redhead is diversity, and so, and the black guy and the white girl.
Let me tell you something. I think redheads are beautiful, and I don't know what people hate about them. I don't know why white people think that redheads are ugly. I think it's amazing. They look gorgeous.
Do they think that, or do they? I
They're always. You remember the saying, the redheaded stepchild? It means it has to mean something.
I just assumed because it was
personally think, and another thing, I think if a woman has like really short hair, like give me a Mia Farrow haircut, and they pull it off, a long weave can't top that baby ever.
I hate you so much.
That's my little two cents. Hey redheads, how y'all doing?
So yeah.
Hey.
You like the gingers. Okay, they have no souls. So but yeah, I assumed they were. I don't know. I just assumed that, but maybe they're not. Maybe
now that you say it, I'm like, okay, yes. There were so many characters that I was confusing who was who. So yeah, I agree with you. I think they were in a lesbianic relationship.
So they're at the campfire, and that's just the only thing the campfire tells us is that Grant and Haley broke up, and Grant's the black guy, the only black guy in this group of freaking.
You know what? Before we get on him being quarter black, let's talk about this game. Most likely.
Is that what they were doing?
What is it called in the yearbook? Most likely to blank. What's that called?
I don't fucking know. I didn't know this name.
It's a name for it. Yeah, so it's called superlatives. That's right. Yeah.
Damn internet.
Most likely
get your gigapet and
I wasn't voted in my high school yearbook.
Really? I was voted most wittiest.
Okay.
And they go back into the house. But I don't know why they decide to go into the attic. It's a mansion. So like the attic would be the last place I would ever.
No, they go back into the house after we find out that Haley and Grant done broke up. Mm-hmm. First off, and so it's a big friend group. Haley and Grant are like their, I'm about to say Romeo and Juliet. Anyway,
I know what you're trying to say. The show be in Austin.
Sure. Pam and Gina. Martin and Gina. Pam and Gina. They're the group that everybody thought probably was going to get married or whatever, but they tell them that they broke up right at the party. It's like, you should have told us that beforehand. We could have left Grant at home. This Elise party. What are we doing? We split friends up in this lifetime. But yes, and then she's like, well, we could still be friends, but personally, when I break up, I break up.
I don't do that. I don't.
No bad blood.
Fight with me on this because they're like, oh, well, they're a good friend. And every relationship doesn't end with cheating or domestic abuse, stuff like that. The big ones.
Some people just are not compatible.
But I just don't understand what we got to talk about. Like I don't understand this whole. We can just. What do we have to talk about? Like, what could we possibly have to talk about?
It's a good question. But so they run out of beer. This is when they decide to search the Airbnb for booze.
Oh, so they tell Tatum to go get the beer?
If y'all don't just sit down and eat some Doritos and shut the heck up, like what? And then at one point, after all of, I'm going to hit this point and then we can go back to what happens in between. After everything is said and done, after they find the tarot cards, blah, 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 the one's like, hey, let's smoke some weed. I'm like, why didn't y'all just do that in the first place? Oh, we're out of booze. Let's just smoke some weed and just.
Were there no TVs in the Airbnb? I just feel.
Maybe. Right.
Like
was on the
there
Netflix.
Are multiple things where I have been staying somewhere, and the last thing we do is go walking up in a fucking attic.
Hello.
Okay, but whatever. And then they're college kids, so it's even more unbelievable that y'all just are the Scooby Gang and y'all go searching in a bit. Turn this TV on and let's watch Family Guy.
They have their phones. I know somebody got a laptop.
Like
they could have played. Somebody brought
what? They could have played. What's this game? Where
they charades.
That's not.
That is what I mean. It is pretty much.
It is charades, but that's not what they call it. I forgot what they call it. But
girl, guess the word that I'm describing. That's like that. That's what it's called. It's called girl. Guess the word that I'm describing.
Okay.
I'm gonna start my own game. Let me get on Apple Store.
So they don't do any of the smart things. They decide to just rush on over into the attic. They start looking through stuff and they find a tarot deck. And they're like, oh my God, well, who can do tarot cards? And Haley can do it because Haley's really into horoscopes and really into tarot. And it's like, when did you learn this? Oh, I don't know.
She learned it from Twitter.
She's like, oh, I don't know. And this is where it starts to bug me. And I'm just gonna get on my soapbox. People who don't do horoscope, it's like that's their entire personality. It's like, oh, I don't do horoscope. Oh, I don't believe in it. Oh, like, okay, we get it. We're here now, so just play along.
Like wait. Do you do horoscope?
They're about to do horoscope.
Wait. You do horoscope? So if I give you my birth date and the time that I was born and the city and state, you can tell me what moon placement I'm in?
Yes.
Okay, I'll give it to you when we hang up. I mean, when we get off the episode.
But it's just like they're so skeptical. It's like, just do it. Y'all are already up here when the TV's downstairs. You didn't want to watch TV, so we're gonna do tarot. So, come on now.
Look, we can do backflips. We can see. Look what I can do. Look what I can do. Look what I can do. Like, I can do anything but that. We can go. I'm sorry. If there's no booze and you hadn't mentioned weed, the first thing I'm gonna want to do is go get something to eat. I'm gonna want to eat something.
Like, make some brownies, make some pie brownies. Y'all have the weed. Like, there are just other things to do, but they decide to look. Every time we in this mansion, there's somebody lights a damn fire. So they got a fireplace, candles, and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, y'all really had time. So, but y'all couldn't hook up the gas oven and
look. If I've paid all of that money for that Airbnb, just like I do in hotels, who turned off the light? Bye. I'm not at home.
Oh, I never thought about that. Yeah, and I'm running all the water just because. Air on 60, air on 40.
So what's so funny is she picks up the tarot cards and she sees them and she's like, "Oh, these are tarot cards. We can't read these." And the guys were like, everybody was like, "Come on, girl, we got nothing else to do." She's like, "Okay," and they set up their little, they do their little setup, and she puts the cards down, and the wind blows like, "You don't want to do this," but she still.
If I'm
in a room, window open and a door open, and the wind blows, whatever I'm about to do, I'm not about to do it.
Nigga, the windows are closed. Like, just like
I'm not about to do it. There is no breezes don't appear out of nowhere, baby.
It was just the wind.
Okay, and the air didn't cut on. No, they gave up. So they found these cards. They gave up wanting booze so fast, like. And why would alcohol be in the attic?
Again, if I'm not going, I'm not searching around.
Help! Okay, so I know you didn't write this down. I got all the things that happened. So Haley's reading the cards, and we have Elise. Elise has the High Priestess card, and Haley tells her, "Climbing the ladder for success, but you should slow down, or you'll suffer a drastic blow." Then we get Lucas. Lucas gets the Hermit, and he's gonna have a change in his financial situation. Love is in the air, but he should be careful. Poor judgment. Watch where you're headed and stay focused, or the Hermit could lead you down the wrong track. Madeline. Who is Madeline? Okay, Madeline gets the hanged man.
First of all, can we hold up? Because Madeline, I feel like she's literally Native American, but Madeline, she's literally indigenous, but Madeline, okay.
It's just the first name. We don't know what her last name is. So Madeline gets the hanged man, and creativity, a line opening up. There's going to be ultimate surrender, but don't panic because it'll be water under the bridge. Don't run and get hung up on things. Foreshadow.
Hers is hilarious.
Then we get Paxton, who is the comic relief. Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. And he sees the basement door opening and shutting. I'm like, come on, baby.
Okay.
Then we're back to the
He's from Spider-Man. So yes, he's a comic relief.
Paige gets the magician, and her says she might be pulled in many different directions, and she likes to be in control. Then we get Paxton. He has the Fool, and he has a warning not to act on impulse, and don't be surprised if he has a feeling of being trapped. We're almost done. And Grant receives the Devil, and he's a Leo, so that's why they broke up. We all know this. And he needs to face his demons or risk losing someone important. And then Haley gets the death card.
And love will be the death of her.
Yes. And as for Grant, I see my people, but I don't hear my people. A lot of times you can hear somebody's voice and tell that they are of whatever ethnicity that they are. I could not. He was just so bland.
It may be because I'm gonna give Grant some leeway here. It may be because the actor was born in Kansas, and then his family moved to Innit. So he has an accent. Innit, when they say Innit, or that's how they say when there's somebody's British. So he was born in Kansas, and then his parents moved him to England. So that's not his accent. So that may be why.
Okay. Yes, because I was just like, I was surprised anything he says.
Yeah, I was like, Kansas. I was like, so maybe Kansas, but then I was like, well, then I heard his voice, and I'm like, oh, so he's a bruv. He's a bruv.
He's a bruvus.
He's a bruvus.
Okay, so that makes so much sense because the voice he just seemed so. He was nice to look at, but I didn't believe anything that came out of his mouth.
But maybe that's why. But I don't know what accent, because I don't know if that's a Kansas accent. I don't know what kind of accent he was using.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So anywho, then Paston's like, "Hey, we should smoke weed." And then it's a perfect day. Okay, it's the next day.
And they're leaving the mansion. And as they're leaving, they stop at a gas station. Lucas scratches off he won $700 from the scratch off.
Woo!
And they listen to this like horror podcast on the way. There was no point to the plot, but
True crime.
Yeah, there was no point though. I thought it was going to lead to
something. They have like a 3 or 4 hour drive back to campus. I'm like, Elise, why you didn't want to go to Vegas or the beach or something?
It's just that, again, what birthday, like, because they made it a big deal. I ran out of mansion, but who wanted this? Like, it just didn't seem fun.
We didn't see them like around the mansion taking influencer photos or nothing.
Point, like there was nothing. We only saw two rooms in the damn mansion, the bathroom and the attic. So it just felt like pointless.
Well, we saw the living room.
I know it was expensive. Is my point, and I feel like they just wasted.
Yeah, it was very odd. It was very odd.
So they get back to campus, they hug, they kiss. Like, oh my God, see you guys, like, never. And we get Elise.
Tomorrow.
And Elise is at her dorm. Of course, everyone has gone to the party.
I think she was in a sorority house, actually.
Yeah, well, yeah, she's at her sorority house. But of course, all the sorority sisters are gone. Where have we seen this before? Because Sydney over there next door, being mean to the pledges. And she's over there answering the phone. Omega Beta Zeta.
Omega Moose.
Take a use loaded.
Lambda, Let it go. Lambda.
Oh my God, I forget we did that movie. So
we did not review Revenge of the Nerds.
I meant Black Christmas, but that's when you first said that bullshit.
Oh.
So she's in there and she's talking to Paige. And Paige is like, what are you wearing? She's like, a robe. I don't know. That's what lesbians talk about. And,
smile.
And I don't know. They're just having girl talk. That's really what it seems like.
They're gossiping.
Oh, yeah. Because she's like, not to gossip, but so Grant and Haley broke up. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. Oh my God, me neither. Like, girl.
Don't play with us. Y'all some shady friends.
And so Elise hears something like outside her door. I would have went to bed. I was like, they just come.
I would have automatically assumed exactly. I'm not going to assume. I'm gonna be like, oh, they went to party. Somebody came back drunk.
But and this like Paige is on the phone the whole time, and she keeps telling her like, hold on. So she goes out, of course, because she's a redhead. And she sees a ladder in the middle of the hallway. I'm turning around and I'm going to bed. I don't care. It's a ladder in the attic. Again, why are we going into attics? Like, there's nothing up there but your mom's old wedding dress. Why are you there? So hello. Nobody's responding. Go to bed. There are just multiple opportunities. Stop.
Well, it actually happens twice. So she gets out of the tub and she comes out and she sees that the ladder is down. She goes to the bedroom. Then she calls Paige and they're chaturanga. And then she hears it. And she goes back to the hallway and sees that the ladder is down. And she says, Paige, let me call you right back. What are you talking about? We're staying on the phone forever. Not hanging up. Ever. Like, what is going on?
Not staying on the phone forever. I need a witness to what's about to occur.
Baby, I could at least put your speakerphone.
Put the phone in the pocket.
My headset. I always have my my Bluetooth headphones on. So like,
so she decides to go up there.
This is the dumb part.
The upper room. So she goes up there, baby. When you see that there are candles lit in the attic, run.
No, first she sees the decorations, like the old ornaments and stuff like that. Then a big gust of wind comes in. Get out. She hears that and then whoosh. Then there's candles lit and then here come the high priestess like, sup, girl?
And then so she starts to hear Haley repeat the reading that she gave her.
Yeah, climbing the ladder for success. You should slow down or you'll receive a drastic blow.
I don't know how she was supposed to survive though. What do you mean slow down? She didn't go up there fast.
I don't know, but the high priestess kick her in her shin. She kick her like Shazam! And Haley falls. Not Haley, I'm sorry, excuse me.
Elise inside falls... my mouth. Thank you.
Well, stop eating on the podcast. So Elise busts her butt on the ground, and I guess it just renders her paralyzed, so she can't move. Yeah, that was really weird.
She was. Crawling.
She can't move her legs. Yeah, maybe she broke her hip or something.
But she was crawling. My hand up on your hip. She was crawling to her phone, but she was crawling very slowly. Yeah, she was crawling very slowly, which pissed me off. And then this actually helped because I stopped being mad at her because she got pulled back to the attic. Of course, ladder goes up. Ladder comes down. Ow! Ladder goes up.
Ladder goes down the hole.
What the fuck? Oh no. I need to pray. Why did you say that?
You know, another thing that just really upset me is she's like, is somebody playing a prank? My friends don't play like that. If you, for 1 second, think your friends are playing a prank on you like that, you don't need to be friends with these people anymore. Because mine would not do this. Mine would not do this.
I haven't had the jawbreaker friends who come and kidnap you and stick a jawbreaker in your throat and put you in the backseat of a car. Like, that's just like...
Ever.
It's some shit where it's just like, y'all don't have boundaries.
Because they don't know my schedule. They don't even know I'm going to be home. But yeah, so they basically, she gets bludgeoned to death with the ladder. The high priestess says, I was about to say the ladder hammer. I don't know where that's coming from. But she smashes her to death, and baby, she dead. And we get the gang together, and they're like, baby, Elise is dead. And Paige can't sleep because her girlfriend. You're right, that was her girlfriend. Because Paige is the only one that is really distraught by Elise's death. So
yeah, everybody else is just like, damn, like not a freak out.
Dang, I can't believe that happened.
Right. It made me wonder how close are these motherfucking friends. But so Haley decides to stay. Haley decides to stay with Paige. You know, as a good friend would. Nobody else the fuck does. But well, Lucas does decide to walk Madeline home because he likes her, and we kind of get that energy at the beginning of the movie that he likes her, but he's like afraid to go for it. I don't. He's like he's a white guy. Like, okay, like I didn't know. I'm just like, what are you afraid of? Like,
they're only afraid of homosexuals.
Sometimes I can't breathe when I do this podcast with you. So he walks her home, but he doesn't make a move. He's just like, bye. So on his way home, he goes into where is he? Is he in his dorm room or he's in some building? He has to be there.
So he was going to catch the train home.
Why does he have to take a train home? Why are they not on campus? What's happening?
None of them lived. I think the only person that lived on campus was Paxton.
Oh.
Yeah, none of them. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he didn't live in the dorms.
Okay. Well, so he's taking the train, and
Look,
then
I'm gonna let you finish that bite. I got this part.
go
So
ahead.
he goes to get on the train, and he goes down this hallway, and he sees this
Strawberries.
figure in the hallway, and they have like a long stare off, and he's like, "Who are you?" But he actually he actually widens up and runs. Like I
I'm about to pee
appreciate
on
that.
myself. I'm about to pee on
It was
myself.
only
Look,
like
I'm about to pee on myself. Look, remember? Strawberries. Why'd you go to the store? Who wants strawberries for dessert, Beverly? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Chip. You know I hate the brown word. So they have this stare off, and he runs, and he ends up in this old restricted area of the train station, and he sees a paper on the ground labeled horoscope and a picture of him that says "You died today." When I tell you, I laughed out loud.
That was lazy. That was lazy writing. That was lazy writing.
Yeah. So it was funny to me. So he starts hearing "Stay focused, or the hermit could lead you down the wrong track," and he's running on a train, a out of service train. He's running on it, and the hermit jumps out, and Lucas jumps out the window of the train, and the train said,
that was a great kill, because that can really happen. You might see a rat or something, and boom.
That's why you guys just kick him. Stay focused, or the rat could lead you down the wrong track. Damn rat. He died so fast. So then we actually before that part happens, we see Haley and Paige chatting, and Haley tells her the story about how her mother was basically very sick, and she was on her deathbed, and all the doctors kept saying, "Oh, well, we could try this, we could try that, we could try this," and nothing was working. So that's when Haley turned over to the tarots. So she got over to the tarot cards, and she just basically tried to see what would happen. And every card she flipped basically said that her mother was going to die. So she was just like, stop wasting our time, stop wasting our money, stop wasting our resources, cut the life insurance check, because my mom is not going to make it.
Yeah. So that's why she just believes in fate. Did you notice though, at the beginning of the movie, that he said tarot, and they were like, it's pronounced tarot.
Oh no.
So yeah, that was a good little backstory, and we understand Haley a little bit better as our main character. We should. So the next day, her and Grant are sitting in the hallway, and they're just talking about, I guess they're talking about their breakup. Nobody cares.
They
didn't have chemistry. They didn't have chemistry.
Yes.
I just feel like this is the problem with horror movies. I feel like they just get attractive leads, which for Haley, that's a stretch. But I feel like they get attractive leads and are just like...
I don't think she was styled well, because I do think she was a pretty woman. They just made her look homely, but I think she was...
Yeah, they made her look like because
punk rock. But also, he was really attractive.
Yeah, he was kind of too attractive. Like for him, like he should have been like a football player. Like, I don't know. He just had a look where it's like, I know other people want him. Like, I know.
Yes. He was just like I feel like when he broke up with Haley, he already had somebody on speed dial.
Thank you. So, they're just talking about their breakup, and then he goes to leave because he has a test to take, and then they all get the notification about, well, it's not even a notification. It's like a news article, which I don't get those, but... And it was basically telling how, they found a 21-year-old man on the train tracks. It didn't look like there was anything left of him. I don't know what the hell they found. But they
found that horoscope newspaper.
I hate you. And they identified him by the newspaper. And so now the kids they're in a library with the police, and they're like,
the morgue could not even identify the body.
And they're just... And they're like, look, and they're like, 2 of our friends are dead. Like, what the hell's going on? And they're like, look, these are freak accidents. But police actually say something. I feel like they should say in these situations more. Go your ass home. In this situation, it wouldn't help. But there have been other movies that we reviewed, such as Scream 2, other things where you have even said, Tiffany, go home. Like, they would have not let these people stay here. Go home. But of course, they don't listen to the police. Nobody goes home. They're just like... Well,
but they get together.
Yes, this is when they start to figure shit out.
And they're scream fountain scene. You know that's what it is, honey.
So they figure out that Freddy died by fire, Jason died by water. How can we use this? So basically, it kind of just, it's weird because at first they're all freaked out, but then they're like, wait a minute. She's like, wait a minute, the wrong track. Wait a minute, my reading came true. He was on a train track when he died. Now, mind you, they looking at this girl like, girl, you're insane as hell. Like, shut the hell up. Nah, you crazy as hell.
They only look at her like that for what, 12 seconds?
I'll give it, let's meet in the middle, 8. And so for 8 seconds, they're like, girl, you're crazy. And then she's like, no, it's the cars, because think about it. She got crushed and yeah. So anyway, so they go over to the Puda. And they go over to the Puda. Now, the only person who's really being skeptic right now is Grant. As a Leo would be in this situation, like, bitch, shut the fuck up and just listen. And so they start Googling, and they
Google me, baby.
She literally just searches tarot. I'm with Paxton on this.
Tarot. No. She typed in like tarot and murders or something like that.
Oh, okay. Because Paxton was like, you got to make it more specific. I know how to use Google. Clearly you don't, because she said, I'm going to search tarot. That's what she said.
No, but I looked at the screen. She did type something else.
Okay, because girl, don't play with me. And they pull up some articles. They pull up this article about, from this one woman.
Alma.
Alma. I thought her name was Arda.
Alma, turn your pack on. No, her name was Alma.
I wrote down Astron.
It was Alma Astron.
Oh, okay. Name. So, and she's basically she's like, saying that there were instances in the past where people have gotten their horoscope read and they've died in mysterious ways. It feels like Final Destination 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's how it felt. Like, how they searched Flight 180 and then they're just like, oh my God, the flight. And they found out, like, they felt just like Final Destination. Like the way they found out so quickly, I was like, oh, this is Final Destination.
Yeah, that would have made sense in 2000 when, you go to Yahoo search and it only has like 4 pages of websites. I remember getting to the end of search.
It's 10.
Now it's 150,000 million quadrillion websites.
And then they don't even be relevant. I'm still trying to find that movie, Tiffany.
I told you, give me like a little, type up what you want me to search and I'll post it on Reddit and see if somebody knows. Because I did it for a show that I was looking for and somebody answered it the next day and they knew what it was. So they call Alma sleep, baby. So they head over to her house.
Wait a minute. And she's hours away. She's 3 hours away.
Yo,
the gas.
Who paying for this? So they put the pedal to the metal. They make it over to Alma's house. And Alma's like, y'all can't come up in here. I don't know y'all. And then they said, well, Alma, somebody died for some tarot cards. She's like, all right, come on in. Shit. I gotta deal with you idiots today. So I got this little segment off of Wikipedia, so we don't have to review what happens. So
why?
The tarot cards we just want to get it right. The tarot cards belong to an astrologer who in 1798 served a Hungarian count and would predict the future for him. But after reading that his pregnant wife and child would die in childbirth came true, the grief-stricken count ordered his men to kill the astrologer's daughter as revenge. And the astrologer, enraged with grief, doomed the count and his friends to death with her cards, then killed herself and cursed her deck to kill anyone who used it. The count is an idiot. Because I'm telling you, everything's coming true. I can tell you tomorrow you're going to win $1 million. And you win $1 million. But then I tell you the next day, hey, you about to, your arm about to fall off. You're going to be like, oh, and that ain't happening. Like, why do you only believe the good things and not the bad?
Exactly. That's why but she should have read, I don't know. I'm like, well, you should have known he was an asshole. But yeah, so that was a very interesting backstory because I was like, you got your revenge on the people who killed your daughter. Well, you got your revenge on the people who killed your daughter. Why are you cursing this deck for years to come? Like,
it would have been made sense.
What I had to do with it?
Family.
What I had to do with it? Why for me? Now it'd been cool if they were
now,
all
what did Nene say? Now how I get into it?
Like, I just, Mama, did I get thrown and stuff? I ain't even did nothing. But my thing is, it would have been made more sense. This would have been a cooler movie if they were descendants of the Count and all of his friends. They were all descendants of their bloodlines, and that's why.
No, because then that's gonna make me think it's House on Haunted Hill.
But yeah,
I'm adopted. Oh. Hate that movie.
So I was just like, I'm like, what did I do? Like, why are you cursing us? But she done cursed a couple people, some people in Mexico, and all around the world. I'm like, how did a Hungarian count even get to America? But yeah, so
even Alma's friends got.
Yeah,
but Alma didn't. So Alma's friends were reading it, but Alma,
she didn't do her own. Yeah, she didn't do her own. Like Haley should have not done. So she's like, we gotta. You got to destroy the deck. Where is it? And they like, girl, it's at this mansion. My thing is, this is the part where it confuses me. So y'all do the reading. So how these cards just keep getting lost? They don't explain that well at all. Because if you, as Stren, were the last one to do it, how you just lost the cards? Like, how did they get to this mansion?
Who she threw it in the ocean and it came up on the sand like Jumanji.
Do you hear those drums? So this is starting to piss me off because who owns that house? Like, there's just it's like there was a hole in the script and they just sprinkled cinnamon on it, and I don't like that. But so
yeah, cinnamon. I hated the cinnamon challenge. You remember that?
Yes. So they head on over. They're going back to the mansion. Now, how are they getting?
No, they're trying to think of a plan. They're trying to think of like what should they do. So they're driving back. So we have the rest of the cast is in the car. Grant, Paxton, Paige,
Madeline,
and Haley.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. They're in the car, so they're driving back and they're riding over a bridge and the car just starts to slow down. I'm like, wait, Grant, what you doing? You forgot how to drive? What's going on, honey? And the car just like stops on a bridge. And then we're sitting in the car and there's fog on the windows. And Madeline looks to the right and she sees somebody drawing the hangman, like the game from back in the day. And she said, I'm out. Opens the door. I mean, she runs so fast.
And still feel like she gets nowhere. But they're
trying to tell, did not seem that long.
Yeah, and they're still trying to tell her like you're a Pisces, you're gonna run. Like they're trying to recite the reading to her.
Wait, why would we split up? Like
you really think he gonna hang you right in front of us? It just and so Hangman come and he started beating the hell out of the car. I don't understand why he was doing this.
That was so weird.
Right,
I guess he thought she was still in there.
And
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I didn't understand because he beat up the car a little bit. I thought he was going Tyrannosaurus Rex their ass like in Jurassic Park. But he just grabs his rope and goes.
G.O.D. If you love me, you'll flip this bitch. You flip this motherfucker. You'll flip it, G.O.D.
He gets his rope and he starts running across the bridge after Madeline ass.
He should have been a cowboy with a lasso.
Haley gets out of the car and starts running after Madeline, and she's trying to catch up with her. Madeline ain't caring about nobody but herself.
Baby, she ain't stopped once.
Like, I don't even think she barely looked back. Like, so she's going, and the hangman going, and Haley going. And so the rest of the friends just decide to get out the car and run out. I'm like, where are y'all going?
Haley going, and then stops and looks at Madeline. Madeline looks at her. And then the noose comes and yanks her up straight up in the air. And she's like, wait, why did you stop?
I have nothing to say about it. Like that was
okay. So they yank Madeline up in the air with the noose, and everybody else runs over. And then the hangman said, "Well, you believe I did it? Watch this good shit." And she drops her down and pulls her back up again so everybody can see what the hangman looks like. Everybody can see Madeline is hung by her neck. Everybody can see she is dead. And they're all like, this stuff is really happening. Now
so they leave their expensive ass car on the bridge. Because my thing is, if it was going to stall, it was going to stall because of the reading. I would have went to go try to see if it still worked. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They left that expensive ass car on the bridge and they just walk it. I was like, are they really about to walk to this mansion that I know is far away? But then this is when the team decides to break up because Paxton is freaking out. Oh my God, this made me hate Taurus. This pissed me off so much. Because why
I'm thinking somebody's name was Taurus. Get out of here.
He's pissing me off. He's like, no, man, no, we gotta go there. And they're like, no, we gotta go. And they're like, no, you guys are crazy. And they're like, look, you're being bullheaded. You're not listening. She didn't listen. She was a Pisces and she ran. You're not listening. You're being bull. He's like, I don't give a damn.
I'm gonna lock myself in the room. I'm gonna lock myself in my room till this boils over. What a punk.
Because I'm like, yours literally said enclosed spaces. Like they literally, because he said it on the drive over there, like enclosed spaces. I shouldn't be in a car, but you can go to your dorm room. This is why I really wanted him to die, because I was over him. He pissed me off. Like I was done when he walked away from them. I was done with him. So the other three, where y'all going? So they walk all the way back to. I'm like, how far were y'all driving beforehand? Because hello, Uber. I'm not walking. I'm going to get this car. Like I'll go look. No. So they walk back to campus to get Paige's car. She books the Airbnb again because they just got money like that.
Baby, I'm just busting in the window. I'm gonna get on the app and see, is it available? Okay, I'm busting a window because what am I paying for? I'm not paying to die.
That's what she does. But they get in her car and they drive on over there. Paxton heads on back. He literally steps on campus, and by the time he go 1-2, it's time for him to die because he immediately sees the fool. Now his was the scariest because I don't know, that laughter and all that. Like I was like,
maybe that looked like the clown from Drive Thru. That was not scary.
Not Drive Thru. That was scary. Don't laugh at me when you're about to kill me.
I don't like to hear sounds. The jingling sounds, the gesture, the bells on the boots, on the shoes and the hat. That was creepy. But yeah, he sees Drive Thru across the way, and it is like contorting itself. It's over there dancing. It's over there.
Look, now it's dancing like it. That is not how it was dancing.
Doing a bankhead bounce.
That's not how it was dancing. So he goes.
I'm just a millennial.
He tries to swipe in. His badge not working. Look, I like that really just took me back to college days. I'm like, damn, I remember that. So he decides to get into an elevator in enclosed space.
He could have at least taken the stairs.
I'm not trying to be funny, but come on. I'm not trying to be funny.
It was only 5 floors. He could have made it to the top of the 5th floor.
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just, come on.
Okay.
Come on. Let's not.
Okay. I hear you. But guess what? So he's in the elevator. He thinks he's in the clear. He makes it up to the 4th floor. Maybe when the doors open, it is pitch black. I'm like, not today, Satan. Not today.
My thing is, and I would have gotten off. That's not an enclosed space.
Right. You're in the dorm room. I'd be knocking on some doors. Somebody gonna hear me. There's people there. Like you're in a dorm room. You're not about to be knocking. People live in. Hello.
Be knocking on my dorm room at 10:00 at night.
Hello, help, please. Come on. You got some extra toilet tissue? I don't want to leave this. I gotta wipe my butt. Something. I'm knocking on the doors. I need some help. So he thinks he's in the clear. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, so he in the elevator, he starts hearing, everybody plays the fool. Good song. No exception to the rule. And he hears a jangly. The elevator door opens. He sees Drive Thru standing there, and he's like, ha 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 ha. And he's like, oh, no. He closes the door. The door opens. The door closes. Door opens. The door closes. We get smile, sad, happy, mad. Like the fool is just playing with him. He acting like a damn fool with his pants on the ground. Pants on the ground, looking like a fool with your pants on the ground. Yeah. So then the fool comes in through the roof of the elevator, and it looks so cheap. It looks so bad. It doesn't. I'm not scared at this point. I'm not scared. Having something that I don't see scares me more than sometimes the things that I can see. Because this creature just wasn't scary. So he jumps on him, and he smiles and shows his grill, and then the scene cuts to black.
Yeah. Now we're driving to the man.
Why didn't we see this death?
We're driving to the mansion. We're driving to the mansion. They get there, they walk in, they immediately start going to work. They find the car. Well, no, they go in and they find the cards, but they get a knock at the door. And like, what the hell? What?
Well, they tried to burn them first.
Yeah, they do try to burn. They try to burn the cards because they were Googling how to break curses, and fire is usually the best way to remove.
Why didn't they use the bleach and ammonia combo?
Because they didn't want to pass out. Now, mind you, they did get a call. Paxton did try to call them while he was in the elevator, but they tried to call him back, went to voicemail. They like, oh well, Paxton, we told you to come with us. Honestly, I would have been like, if he would have called me, I would have said, I told you to come with us, and I hung up the phone. I don't have time. Like, I just like.
But when you picked up the phone, it would have been the clown coming, hey.
So they get a knock at the door, and I'm like, who the hell is this? It's old Alma over there. Yeah, Alma.
Turn your pack on. I can never hear that name without thinking about her. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da.
So Alma come in, she like, show me the card, baby. And so they're like, we tried to burn him and work. She's like, well, what we gonna do? We gonna reverse the reading, and we gonna use her darkness against her. So we gonna go ahead and summon it. They draw this whole little, like, they had time, because she did drew this whole little pentagram with the with every, like, the sign of each zodiac. I'm like, damn, y'all had time. Again, they be like,
I would have been dead because I do not know all them zodiacs.
Tiffany, you all you had to do is get your phone. They got them in your
that's
emojis.
True.
They got you in your emojis. You would have just that's what they did. Tiffany,
but if they would have had to go in order, dead.
They have their phones. They Googled it. These are not smart kids. But Alma said, she said, all right, now I'm about to do the ritual. Y'all stand outside the wall. I mean, the circle. So she just put her hand over and she's like, I'll summon the astrologer. And so she over there sitting down, warming her hands up at the fireplace. So she get up and she walk over, and then almost her nose start bleeding. She like, I can't move. The minute she said that, I would have been like, you know what, girl? You tried your best. And I would have just walked out. I'm not about to sit here and play these games. When she said I cannot move, that means it's over with. And she's talking about, oh, I'm sorry. But the astrologer read her. She finally read her horoscope, and it was the 6 of Swords. She pulled her in the dark. The kids go running. They run all the way downstairs. Wham! She slammed on the ground with 6 swords in her back.
That's why you can't help everybody. Alma should have never showed up there.
I'm like, it wasn't even. See, it's like I thought we were gonna get a moment like in Drag Me to Hell, where it's like, I survived this and I've been waiting for this moment. But I'm learning horror movies don't respect legacy like that. Like, if this was Star Wars, they would have let her have her moment. But there was another horror movie that
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
How did you know? Oh my God. Because she survived, she was supposed to survive, the 1974 one? And then she come back and don't do shit.
Blammo.
Like, I was like...
They get her out of there real quick. Because she over there talking. You know why? Because she was over there talking. Talking gets you in trouble. If you're going to go kill somebody, just kill them. You can't be like, I've waited 45 years to do this. You know what? Look at me when I'm talking to you. Damn it! And guess what?
Like, that man is crazy. He don't care to look at you in your face.
He doesn't speak himself. He does not care.
He go, So I'm just like,
What was that? I just said on Home Improvement.
No, no. Was it Home Improvement or was it? Yeah. I'm thinking of Married with Children, but that was just a scary. That opening used to scare the hell out of me. Like, but no, you're talking about Home Improvement. What was that? Yeah. What was the point of that? Like, what is that? Like, oh my God.
I never even watched that show.
No,
I was always trying to figure out why everybody liked JTT. And when I was watching, I was like, I don't see it, baby.
Maybe you had to watch.
He just never did it for me.
Ever?
Personally. No.
He always, this is going to come off terribly, but he had black features to me when I was young. Like, he had like the big lips, like the big plump lips.
Oh, okay.
And so I just was, that was about it. Okay. And then he had like he had that little raspy voice. I don't know. He just didn't talk. Like, I don't know. He just.
I think he would have, which this is sad to say, but I think he would have went way further in his career if he was taller.
Oh yeah, because he is only like 5'8", I think. Or maybe he might be 5'7".
He needed. I don't know why he didn't get like the Michael J. Fox type of roles. Like they just.
But my thing, I think. Well, I think he retired.
What did he do?
Because I think because remember, he was rich. Like, he was already rich. He had done all that stuff, like, especially Lion King. He was already rich. So he went to college and he did like little guest, after Home Improvement.
Okay, see, I thought that. See, that's why. Let me shut up.
No, he did his work, especially with Home Improvement. But then afterward, he went to college and then he was like pretty much done. And he did like guest stars on shows. But yeah, he's
good for him.
I think Hollywood, he kind of just exited Hollywood when he was supposed to. But height wouldn't have mattered because ain't Tom Cruise 5'3"? Anyway.
Well, that's but not many of them is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyhow, somehow our last final three get separated, and Paige goes to the basement because Paige, she hears Elisa's voice. Baby, Elisa's dead.
She turns it's like they were running all behind each other, and then they turn, and she turned the opposite way. And I'm like, you were not that far behind. Where did he go, George?
Where did he go?
You're not that far behind. I've been like, guys, or I don't know, hold hands when you run. It's just, I don't know. They're just, I feel like people don't be caring about their friends. Because I feel
like people don't care about writing intellectual movies, scripts, something.
Or why didn't they, I'm going to sound like Sydney, why didn't they go out the front door? Because when they came down the stairs, the door is right there. Right. Like, she fell in the foyer. So I would just like, why didn't you run the door?
I don't get question. So she ends up in a room. So she sees an audience full of all the people from Dead Silence, because that is Stewie. Exactly what they look like.
Why did you say it like Stewie?
In a room. And so she ends up in the Dead Silence room, and she sees the magician there, and she's like, oh no. She does leave, which I appreciate. She chose to run, but the magician puts like a chain around her ankle so she can't move too far. She makes it to a room, and she sees what looks like a coffin, and she gets in.
It was a chest, but again,
But it was long. It wasn't like a small square chest. Like, she laid out fully in there. Mm-hmm. You know, most chests, if you get in it, you probably got to put your knees to chest. You know, one thing I did not like about this movie is nobody, and even if they couldn't, nobody tried to fight back. Mm-hmm. Nobody was able to fight these demons. Like, I wish like somebody tried to swing on them. Well, okay. Well, I wish that somebody else tried to swing on them and like their hand went through. That would make more sense to me. That would make it a little bit more realistic. But anyway, so the chest starts to get rolled out on the stage, and she's looking through the little peephole like, what y'all doing? She tries to get out, but no, of course it's locked at this point, because why would you put yourself in this small?
How was you planning on getting out? That was because I was like, so how you gonna get out? That's my question when people put themselves in containers.
Just the worst. Just the worst. Every couple of days, every couple of weeks, I come across on either Twitter or TikTok of people going down and just fucking exploring caves and getting stuck and dying. And I hate to see it. Like, why don't people have fear of the unknown? Why do they have to know what's going on? I don't have to open up a cave and think, I wonder what's in there. I don't care. I'm not going. I'm leaving. I'm going home. Like,
well, I'm not like that. I'm like, let's do research. What could be in a cave? Bears, bats, rattlesnakes. Like saber-toothed tigers. I'm just not gonna go.
When miners go to search for places to mine, they set up a perimeter. They have lights. It's just you. You didn't even tell anybody where you went. You don't got no string on the back of your leg saying, pull me up if something happens. Like, I'm getting upset.
It makes zero
sense. And I don't know why. Let me stop.
You won't catch me searching a damn cave.
Please.
I'll bury myself in damn dirt first.
I went to like some stalactite mines, which was fun. Like, you had to pay to go there. They're funded, so you go down in a mine and you get to see all this stuff. Even though I knew this was sanctioned, I was scared as hell. Like, you will never catch me underground. Never.
Trying to find some gold.
Look, when the apocalypse come and they say you want to go in this shelter, no, take me out. Have a good day.
We're just gonna bury ourselves in the dirt like the witches.
Take me and my dog out at the same time, because can't nobody keep up with me. Look, we out. Period. I don't trust. Baby.
Nola did not. Wait a minute. How you?
I don't trust people. I don't trust people, my girl. I be stressed.
Now, why am I in it? Like, what?
Look, on vacation, I be stressed thinking about what's going on with her. Stressed. Okay, so the magician pulls her out, and he brings her in front of the crowd, and he just starts sawing away. He starts sawing the box in half, and I would have preferred if I was watching Leprechaun 3 instead of what we were watching, Paige is screaming.
That was that is like the worst death. That's so helpless. Like, because all you can do is just sit there. She's talking about, please stop. What do you mean?
I felt like I would have gave that magician a run for his money, because I feel like where he was cutting, she could have put her knees to chest. And he would have got to the bottom. It would have been nothing. He'd be like, wait a minute. I felt like that could have happened. And that would have been great. And make him do it all over again. Do it again. Anyway, so she's dead. He opens it up. He lets the crowd see. We don't get to see, which is why I would have preferred to watch Leprechaun 3, because guess what? We get to see in that one.
Yeah, I'm like, why are they? Don't skim on the gore.
We'll review that one next year. Yeah, so Haley is sitting talking with Grant, and they're like, look, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? And he's like, he says something, and she's like, wait a minute. I should read the astrologer's horoscope, and this might end. And Grant's like, yeah, that sounds good, baby girl. And he goes to try to touch her and give her a little kiss, and Devil says, bump all that. I don't believe in love. Hurrah! Pulls Grant through the window. He said, I had enough of that. I don't want it. Then Death comes around the corner. We get to see what he looks like. And I was like, yes! What waste? What waste? Because, baby, that was a good 23 inches. Let me trimmy, baby. Yes, nothing but rib bones.
So she go running. I do respect the fact that Haley was running for her life. She is trying to get into that room to read these cards, but the death is at every corner. And he eventually grabs her up. He snatches her up, put her on the wall. She about to die. But here comes Grant. Dun, 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 dun. And he bops him with a fire poker. I don't know what the hell that was.
Sure, it's a fire poker. That's fine.
It's like some golden rod. And that's when I was like, oh, so y'all can hit these motherfuckers. So y'all really just been playing. These are not ghosts. Like, y'all can really just pop their asses. So he's like, go do it. I got you. You know, that kind of thing. Hell no.
But they try to literally drag him to hell. I'm like, it looks so much better in a movie that came out 15 years prior. What was our girl's name? Christine got dragged to hell.
Well, it's more like a forest on fire. So she goes and she starts to read the cards, and here come Alma, you know, as he's getting dragged, she's doing the card reading, and she's like, oh, you haven't let your pain go. You need to let it go, and you need to die, and all this, just trying to appeal to the good nature of this woman who's still mad 200 years later. So...
Wait, so this part, the astrologer is literally choking Haley, and she's having the visions of Alma. And Haley is talking through the chokes. Do you know I fake choked myself to see if I could talk through it? And baby, guess what? You can't.
Hold on.
You can't.
Ooh. I feel bad.
Wait, was she choking her, or was she just lifting her up? Like, you know, like up, was she just lifting her head up like
no, because remember she was dying. She was dying when her little, you know, the veins were coming.
You cannot talk as clear as Haley was talking.
I apologize to the people listening on Apple and Spotify. But
Haley was like, I give up my grief for my mother's death. I let you go, mama. And for some reason, Haley choosing to give up her grief and let go, the astrologer does as well. Okay, girl.
So
okay,
everything
girl.
disappears. The cars start burning, and then the astrologer is in the afterlife with her daughter. They skipping away after she done murdered all these damn people for no damn reason.
What? The fact?
And so, her and Grant, they go and they embrace. They leave the house. They walk it home. Hell no. Again, if you don't call
what
an
happened
Uber,
to their phones? Where is the car? They drove there.
well, Paige got the keys. It's her car.
She's still in the house. Go get them.
Keys off their body. She's not there to go get them keys off their body.
But she ain't go nowhere. Oh, could you imagine them opening up that damn crate with her guts all hanging out, having to dig in her pockets?
See? That's why they walking home.
But they didn't see her die. They don't know how she died. Stop it.
I would have hotwired it, something, but they walking.
But what were their phones? Again, what were their phones, at least?
This is why movies in 2024 be failing, because it's like there are so many ways to access help. And nobody uses
you have
it.
to like literally base movies in like the 90s for it to make sense.
Because nobody uses it. Nobody uses their phones. Like they usually always do that, tongue in cheek. Whereas, and I would have rather that, but that wouldn't have made sense because they were just at the Airbnb before they would have brought up that they didn't have service there.
Hello.
Lazy writing. So a car pulls up, the pussy wagon, and
bitches ride from motherfucking TSA.
That's what I thought of. I was like, wait a minute. And it's Paxton. And he gets out and he's like, guys. And they're like, Paxton? We wanted you to die, kind of. And so they go, he goes and hugs them and everything. And so they're driving off. And, he's just like, oh, is it over? And they're like, yeah, it's over. And like, what about Paige? And they're like, that was that I bust out laughing. Because it wasn't funny, but it's like, he's like, where Paige at? And they're like, And so this is because I really feel like this was a horror comedy. I think that's what the genre is when Netflix shows you the little genre thing.
But there weren't enough jokes.
I didn't laugh not one time, except that part. But
I laughed at the fucking "you're gonna die today" on the newspaper.
But and then like it's like the movie ends, but like then the credits show, but then the credits come back on and they're like, wait a minute, how did you survive? And he like, oh, my roommate Ted, who we never get to see, opened the elevator, and that's how. And I'm like, so people can. So this is like Final Destination, where people can intervene with the like. It's not like you're just set to die when the key people come. But
no, because if that was the case, Madeline wouldn't have died because she was there when she got hooked.
Yeah, but she ran. She shouldn't have ran.
But he wasn't supposed to be bullheaded and get into a tight and closed space too.
He wasn't. But Ted, I mean,
no.
The writing was lazy. That was lazy writing. I feel like they didn't want him to die because that actor is from the Spider-Man movies. People who may not know, he is Spidey's friend in Spider-Man. And so I feel like they just didn't want him to die. He may have like a no dying thing in his contract. I don't know. But I just felt like that was bullshit. They could have killed him. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the movie ends. They driving back to campus. Their friends are dead.
How did they get away with this? What did they tell the cops?
Because they literally left a dead body in an Airbnb. And her car is there, which technically she booked it. So she went and she died. I don't know how they're going to, because the first two could have been freak accidents. You got hit by a train. The ladder fell on you. I don't know how they're going to explain a teenage girl hanging from a bridge. I don't know how they're going to explain that. I don't know how they're going to explain a teenage girl being sawed in half at an Airbnb. Yeah. But we don't get any explanations because they said it's 2024 and people don't care. They have short attention spans. That's why it was an hour and 30-minute long movie.
Hell, it was too long. So yeah, for 2024's tarot, 3. I was so bored. I was not scared. The CGI was not good. It just seemed like it was an old script. Like, yeah, they might have written this in 98 and somebody said shelved. And then in 2024, they were like, let's see if we can get some money off of this. I was not entertained. I will never watch this again.
I'll give it a 4 because of the diversity. Beautiful Indian girl, beautiful black man. We have.
You said the other girl was native.
Yeah. We had an indigenous girl. We had a Mexican guy. I think Mexican guy. So it was very diverse.
It was a Benetton movie.
It was diverse, and it just the main thing that made me mad is Netflix. You literally cancel shows after one season when everybody knows seasons, like television shows, in order to gain an audience, need at least 3. Y'all cancel shit after one season, after only being out for 2 weeks, but y'all had money to spend on this movie.
I wish that they would stop ending TV shows in a cliffhanger. Just give it a solid ending.
Yeah, give it a solid ending.
Go from there.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't come back, I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Yeah.
But this whole cliffhanger stuff, when you don't know, and you know how Netflix is, like, there have been movies and TV shows that have been, there have been TV shows that have been literally on the little top 10 that they be having, and they still cancel them. So I don't know what their metrics are, but if you can make this movie, you can renew some of these seasons. I'll be damned.
This was a Netflix movie?
Yes, this is a Netflix original. That's why I was pissed. Because I'm like,
I thought it went to the movie theater.
But Emily in damn Paris getting season 5.
Emily in Paris.
So yeah,
I never watched that either.
I haven't either. But yeah, 4. They keep trying to make us watch it because they got that fine black man on there, but you're not gonna get me. I see you. You ain't gonna trick me. You ain't gonna trick me.
Please be sure to join us next week when we review Child's Play, the OG from 1988, one of my favorites. Okay, well, I have one last thing to say before we go. Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, I love all y'all.
No, we had copyright infringement. I'm glad you didn't say what I thought you were going to say, so yes, I am good.
Oh. Bye!
Bye. See you next week, Chucky.
Where did you hide it, Dan?